The worst thing you can do when buying a new car is walking into a dealership without knowing a number. And let me explain. So I've sold cars for a few years and I've seen Canadians still use the same methodologies to buy a car. They walk into a dealership, they talk to a salesperson, they go on a test drive, they sit back across from a salesperson, going back and forth on numbers. And basically it's a long drawn out process until basically you're too exhausted to actually negotiating further, and you end up paying a few hundreds or $1,000 more on the car. And there is a better way of actually going about it, of buying a car. And I really want to dive deep into how people across Canada get to buying a car without actually stepping into a dealership unless they're just there to sign paperwork and drive off. So let me explain the full scenario of what dream or unprepared dealership's dream scenario for a consumer is the moment you enter the showroom, the process starts. The salesman builds rapport with you. He understands what you drive, what you want to drive, what you're trading in, any type of features you really want, and they want to make sure that you're really attached to the car as much as possible before going over numbers and selling the value of the car and how great it's going to be to drive it. And nothing wrong with that. They're just doing their job. They want you to love the car, but they have to make sure you love the car, that the price is second to actually driving the car. And what they do next is they get a 4 square sheet. If you ever bought a car from a new car dealership, they probably have the sheet, and it shows monthly payment, trade-in value, purchase price, and down payment. And basically they jot notes into every single one and see which one resonates the most with you. Are you really focused about the payment? Then they focus on that trade-in value, than that. And they make sure that everything is ticked off. And this seems like a good way to really structure a deal, but it's really just a way for people to write on the sheet, put best deal, best numbers on it, and make you feel special. It's really is illusion of going back and forth and make sure the best deal is happening. But there is an old way of going about this and a new method. And the new method is setting off emails. And this is sometimes the process that we use at Price Driven is sending off emails. A lot of times we do give calls, but if you want to use the email method, this can be done without even picking up the phone. So the first step is going to be knowing exactly the specs of your car. And I have to emphasize this. If you don't know which car you want, they're not even going to respond to you. So I recommend going to the manufacturer's website, building it out, exact configurations, options, colors, seats, everything you may need should be in the email so the dealership can go in and say this is the car they want. Ideally even add a stock number as well. Then number 2 would be going on to Google, finding dealerships near you online, and basically finding I usually pick around 3. Some people want to go to as much as 10 dealerships. 3 to 8 is kind of the broad range, but pick a few dealerships, collect some emails, and essentially now we're going to send each email one by one. And this is pretty much a template you can use. It's pretty much, hi, Mr. Car Salesperson. I'm looking to purchase this exact car with stock number, and I'm looking to make decisions in the next few days. The closer that window is, the better. If you say 2 months, then they're probably not going to follow up with you, unfortunately. But what's the best all-in deal you can get, including freight, PDI, everything, all-in price, meaning out the door price. You can include that you're getting deals from other dealerships, other quotes. I do want to remind you that this will get ignored from a few dealerships. They don't want to play this game. They want you to come in, they're going to respond, come into the dealership, and you have to be adamant that you don't want to. You want to do your deal, get the numbers up front. And even with the manufacturer price that you have online, you can include that as an all-in deal and you're looking to get better. Of course, you can go into Price Driven and have a free discount report to say there's this much discount available and add that in there saying, hey, there's $3,000, $4,000 of discount. I'm looking to get X. And this method is going to take you a lot more further, especially if you have some patience and understand that dealerships are going to take a while to get back to you, but more importantly, it may take a while to find a dealership that actually wants to do business with you. So after you get a few numbers, you're probably going to have a chance to see which one is best, which car salesman you enjoy talking to the most over email or over phone. And then you simply just take the quote you want. It could be the lowest quote. It could be the person closest by. And you can always use the method of saying to dealership A that dealership B has a better number. Can you beat it? But having the discount report does help with actually knowing what is a fair deal. So I'm going to give you a real life walkthrough of what happened with a previous friend of mine that did negotiating for themselves a few years back before the company price driven even started. And they contacted 6 dealerships, 4 replied with numbers, and only 1 trip to a dealership, and took roughly about 3-4 days of going back and forth. So across all the 4 quotes, the difference was quite high, especially for a RAV4, just because that car was limited at the time during supply chain disruptions. And some dealerships were actually trying to sell cars for almost over MSRP. So they saw a $3,400 difference on the exact same car from the highest to lowest, and it was quite shocking on pretty much what they got back. And that just really shows you, if you went to the first dealership, you can really lose a lot of money really quickly. But this is now a shift that's happening. And the shift is happening where the fundamentally that 2021, 2022, things have changed. Inventory is getting rebuilt. Inventory is getting rebuilt. Stats Canada is saying that the market's actually down by 4.3%, and there's a few other analytics is saying that the inventory is building back up. The marketing is softening, meaning that dealerships can't sell cars at a crazy premium like they used to. So with this data on your side, the timing, and also with the timing of being patient, you just need this process to really take you where you need to go. So this process can be quite lengthy. Going back and forth for dealerships, I want to remind you that we do have free discount reports showing how much discount there is available in Canada for any new car, and that can really help you with going back and forth on the emails. If you don't want to go through this process of handling that, we handle it on your behalf. If you're buying a car in the next few months, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to walk through more parts, more strategies, and exactly what we can do. Link in description for the website to find the discount that you're looking for. And one more thing, if you can like, share, and subscribe, that'll be more than appreciated, so we can help you with buying a car. Thanks. Take care.